and Kaos. A Deadbeat's journey through the underground. Interviews, music, punk, community. Attitude. Sunday nights, 10 p.m. to 12. CRCFM 102.9.
Hello there, I'm Dangerous Dave from Dangerous Dave and the Side Effects.
Go on,
We're Dangerous Dave and the Side Effects. I'm Dave, and this is...
I'm Ash on guitar.
Killian on bass.
Michael on drums.
And we'd like to introduce you to our song, I'm Addicted. I'm addicted, you're addicted, what are we gonna do? Tea or coffee, sticky toffee, I used to like sniffing glue. I used to like sniffing glue. I used to like sniffing glue. Forget your skin in latte, start your herbal tea. It's a pint of lager for me, mate, and a double scotch for me. I'm a self-medicator, I know what my body needs. I take what I want to make me feel good, I don't need no GP. I don't need no GP. I don't need no GP. I'm addicted, you're addicted, what are we gonna do? Tea or coffee, sticky toffee, I used to like sniffing glue. I'm a self-medicator, I know what my body needs. I take what I like to make me feel good, I love my THC. I love my THC. I love my TH, I love my TH, I love my THC. What are you addicted to? Addicted, you're addicted, what are we gonna do? Tea or coffee, sticky toffee, I used to like sniffing glue. What are you addicted to?
I have Dangerous Dave and the Side Effects here with me. So give us an idea. Where did the name come from and when did it all get started, lads?
I know, thanks for having us on. The name, a guy called Spud Murphy, he's currently in Birds of Olympus. He told me when I was in my mid-40s to start a band in Wicklow, and he said it's got to be called Dangerous Dave and the Side Effects. So he said, I had no intentions of joining the band at that stage. But anyway, a week later, I figured, how would you start a bloody band, you know? So next I wrote a song and I met my pet on the internet and it's got like 10,000 views now on YouTube, you know? Nice. So we're trying to finish off 2 albums now, 17 years later. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah, so this is Spud Murphy, the record producer, the producer, mixer.
Sound engineer. So he's taking our stuff in hand and actually going to put the killer instinct on it and a bit of magic dust on it. And
Jeez, that's handy because the last I heard, he had about a 2-year waiting list to get.
Yeah. Well, he told me to start the band, so he's like, I'm his responsibility. I left him alone for 17 years, you know what I mean? I met him after 5 years. I said, any tips, Bud? Yeah, you better learn an instrument, Dave. And I was like, do I have to? So I've been learning guitar for 12 years.
Yeah.
But I'm still a beginner, but I can play a few little bits of tunes. You know, I'm happy. The band,
don't ask him to whip it out now.
Yeah, the band wouldn't let me near it on stage, you know. But anyway, yeah. So we all Ash is Killian's father,
Right.
so we've got father and son in the band, you know. So it's pretty special.
Yeah.
Jesus,
And I've got a
full of
son.
fun. I was just talking to Jeff from Cockney Rejects earlier, and of course he has his brother Mickey, you know, in the band. And the other week I had just talking about families being in bands. I had on Slew on, and there's Mick and his brother, you know, Slew on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's great. It's great because, you know, you could never be away with yourself because your dad can always tell you, hey, go sit in the
Well, it's
corner.
normally him telling me to calm it down.
But he'll also say, hey, Dad, you know, come on, or whatever. So it's pretty good. We don't have too many fights, you know.
Yeah. You're all down in Wicklow, is it? Or where are you based?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wicklow Town.
Wicklow. I met the Wicklow gang in New York, and I became almost an honorary Wicklow man with them because I used to get people jobs over there and that, you know.
Yeah.
So they used to be sent to meet me in Brooklyn, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of seeing the girl over from there, and then end up getting to know everybody. So I got refused going into America, so I came to Wicklow instead. See
That was the
lads, you know?
compromise.
Not knowing I was going to be in the band.
Yeah. Not too bad. So so it started, what are you saying? The band actually started 17 years ago.
Yeah, well, yeah, the original me starting it on my own, and local musicians helped me with my songs and stuff. Yeah. And we've been together, how long, Ash, would you say there? Us three,
many
and Michael's been with us the last 2 years.
Yeah. I got together and started rehearsing with Dave, and then we had I think it was the chance of a gig was coming up, and then I got my son in on bass. I said, "Here, man, do you want to play?" He was only 16.
Yeah.
I said, "Man, do you want to come down and get in on this and play bass with this with Dave?" And he did, and he never left.
Wow.
Yeah. So how long?
Ash, you were in. We were talking about it earlier. You were in Cunis beforehand.
I was. Yeah,
I played a bit of Cunis on the show actually the last few weeks.
Oh, have you? Good stuff.
But that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
That was good crack.
So Dangerous Dave and the Side Effects. What's the story? How many releases have you had, like, in the 5 or 6 years? You've a few songs. I'm Addicted, and I've got fucking Tourette's. Like, I'm playing them.
Yeah. Well, we did an album, but then we weren't that. Then we built a studio, and then we start recording the second album. Yeah. Then the lad says the first album, the quality wasn't good enough. So we re-recorded, which it's not released yet. It's not mastered on that, but we've got that same first album. We re-recorded it completely. And so that is ready to go. And then the second album is finished, but Spud is going through it now. So it's going to be sometime after Christmas, and we'll be... But I'm Addicted is from the second album.
Yeah.
And
we've got a bunch of stuff up on YouTube.
So we got 2 albums completed, and we got maybe half a dozen or so songs that don't go in any of the albums, that are not in any albums, you know. And to be honest, I've taken a bit of a break with the COVID, and my father got sick in England, and I was back and forth. He passed away. So I'm looking forward to finishing the albums and then starting to writing again, rather than you know,
Right,
Oh,
just
no.
things aren't finished.
Yeah, put a structure on it. I know what you mean. Sure,
Yeah,
it's the way between
yeah.
gigging and between writing music and between.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just as much involved in presenting it on stage and making sure that your album is the best you can do before it goes off, you know.
Yeah.
And then I think, you know, I'll be starting to write, but we've already got the next album.
Well, you have Spud in your corner, so like he'd be pretty.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he is.
was
Like
in
any recordings I've heard him involved with, it's like
Yeah.
exactly what they should sound like. You know that kind of way.
I mean, no, exactly. No, Spud and the boys brought me on tour around Ireland that time in 2006 when I got here, actually.
Yeah.
So they brought me all around Ireland where High Brazil was the band.
Yeah.
And they were brilliant as well. And then we were doing a job, and Spud and the bass player were my helpers on a carpentry job. And then they told me I had to start my own band. So now he's finishing it off. So it's like came full circle.
Yeah, nice one.
Well, he gave us a good vote of confidence anyway, because Dad was kind of mixing and mastering the whole thing, but it kind of got.
I just, you know, you can overdo things, especially when it's your own stuff, and you just never stop. And then you feel like you've gone too far, you know?
Yeah.
So we brought it right back.
And there was a lot of arguments too within the band. Like I know from ourselves, like there was a lot of tension about we still haven't done anything. We still haven't done anything properly recorded ourselves, like in just down here, like we have all the recording equipment, but none of us have the experience or expertise to fucking do it right. So
yeah.
There's that idea of what do you do?
Sometimes,
do you go into a studio and how many do you try and get done in a day, and what way do you do it? Do you do it kind of in a live room? Do you do it to a click? Do you do it to all them kind of questions, the kind of behind the scenes questions every band faces?
The good thing about what we done was we had the whole album recorded. So now Spud has it and he can mix it. He didn't have to, we didn't have to go into the studio to do all that. We did that in-house in our old house. We had our own home studio there,
Yeah, class.
So we didn't have that expense.
Yeah, so as I say, it's a long time, but it's worth waiting for, I suppose.
Yeah,
I was just having this conversation earlier today with Jeff from Cockney Rejects, and he was talking about how, when they started off, it was fairly raw, and they were like, maybe they'll be in a studio for 7 or 10 days, and this is when they were signed to EMI and stuff like that, and they get an album out. And then a few years later, on the later albums, when they're just trying to be experimental and they're getting kind of, a bit kind of, I don't know, fussy about the sound and all that kind of stuff. You'd say, like, it used to drive them crazy to be an engineer in the studio, spending 2 days on the toms trying to get their sound, before they even start. But he's right, it kind of sucks the soul out of it too, because if you're totally pissed off waiting, you're not going to perform. You're not going to be musically as good as.
Our recording process is quite quick. We don't we usually get the drums in, like for the full album. I think I had the drummer in on
wasn't me on them.
It wasn't Michael, it was our old drummer Danny. Michael joined us there when we were going to do the Bad Manners tour.
So Michael isn't taking responsibility.
No, but he will do when we do our acoustic album. That's the next one we're going to record.
Yeah, we're going to do an acoustic album. We're going to take the ones that suit acoustic.
Most of them are recorded on acoustic.
And do an acoustic album. That's the next album we're going to do.
Yeah.
So, in a way, I haven't really got to worry about writing songs for a while, and I'd rather let it happen naturally than try and force myself, because I don't think you can force yourself, because when you're writing a song, nothing will get in the way of getting it finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to be almost dedicated day and night. And I used to go to bed and lie down and say, right, where was I? And start dreaming it. The song I was writing.
I find myself like I might write 2 or 3 songs in a week, and then I won't write anything for 3 months or something like that. You know what I mean? It has to happen. And I was talking to Radis Tapuero from Brazil, and they're the same thing, that they don't want to force anything or don't want to have to, produce an album yearly, and they don't have to because they have 20 albums or something at this stage. But it's kind of it's interesting, how you cope with all of that. Like, and what about gigs? Well,
Oh, yeah, we
how are you
got,
doing with gigs these days? You're busy enough.
Friday week we're in Opium with Bad Manners. We're opening for Bad Manners.
Yeah.
So it'll be our 4th show with them. We played 3 shows last year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
well, we're just gonna get that out of the way, carry on, you know.
The next thing we're hoping to organise is an album launch party.
Yeah, and we've got a whisper. It looks like we've got the people from the Scar Festival interested, and we're hoping to meet them at the Bad Manners gig. And there's a chance, a slim chance, we're playing that next year. So I hope
That's
I'm not letting any cats out of bags, but basically, so we're hopeful for getting around a bit more and playing more. You know, hopefully we play Rebellion again. Is it next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played Rebellion there a couple of months ago.
Will you be ready for the acoustic stage then, like?
Oh, yeah,
that's what you were saying, double whammy.
Yeah. We'd be outside, you know.
Busking as well.
Busking, yeah. And if anyone want ice cream, Michael's in the ice cream van.
Yeah, that's a kind of punk tradition, isn't it, over there? The bands who fucking might be on, don't know if they're on, they're going to fucking play anyway outside, like, you know. Reminds me of Kaos from London years ago when the Sex Pistols were playing, when they reformed for the Filthy Looker tour or whatever it was. They were playing Finsbury Park, and Kaos decided to plug in. They kind of, I don't know, they broke into some sort of a park facility to get the power, you know, and hooked everything up. And some member of the Metropolitan Police came along and says, "Have you permits for this?" And the alien goes, "Yeah, we do." Just fucking left them alone.
I've got one fact for you. Johnny Rotten went to my school in London.
No way.
Yeah,
I have another fact for you. His dad went to school 20 kilometers from where I'm standing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, blimey. Well, he was about 5 years older than me, so I never met him there, you know.
Yeah.
Ash reckons, says...
We have a theory.
See,
when I was 13,
I was sniffing glue, you know.
Yeah.
So I put green food dye in my hair, just like you there now. In 1973, I had green hair, I had an earring, and I was sniffing glue.
You said you had boots as well.
I had me fucking Dr. Martens,
as
I always wore, as soon as I could fit into them. But so Ash reckons Johnny Rotten saw me in the playground in a stupor, sniffing glue with green hair,
can go around like that.
The idea.
So he's accusing Vivian Westwood of ripping him off, but actually he ripped you off.
Well, you know, and I never knew anything about it. I was like that guy Run Forrest Run, you know. I was just because I met a younger lad. He reckons they played a whole game of football around me one day. On the playground was on the roof, you know.
Yeah.
So he reckons they were all afraid to kick the ball at me, so they were playing the game around me, you know, because they were the younger years of me, you know. But anyway, it was just frustration being in school when it was doing me no good. It was very boring in them days, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to get the hell out. The minute I got a job, I stopped sniffing glue. And I'll tell you what, it was good because I could drink full time.
He also gave up smoking for the second time when he was 11.
All right.
I used to get 2 cigarettes off my brother and sister on a Sunday because we used to use the mass money to get the 10 fags, you know. So
I'd just like to say, the station doesn't advocate any of this kind of crack.
I wouldn't do it now, Niall. No, I wouldn't do it now. I wouldn't advise any 5-year-olds to follow in my footsteps, you know.
It was a different time.
But it was like, you know, when it's your money as well, and they look like they're enjoying them so much, and the taste was fucking horrible, like, you know.
Yeah. But you still want
He's just trying to save
That's your
himself.
PSA.
Yes.
My brother and sister were born in Ballyfermot,
Right.
and then they moved over. Basically, I was born over there, but I was in Dublin when I was 6 months old as a baby. But we went back to London when I was 3.5.
Yeah.
So that's where I got my accent, you know.
Yeah. The typical Irish story or typical Irish immigrant story, you know. This part of the world, there isn't a family that isn't touched by immigration in this part of the world. You know what I mean? But,
exactly. Yeah. And I mean, married women couldn't work. You know, the laws in the country. So it was an economic necessity, really, for, you know, and the lack of work and stuff.
but it's always been the solution of this state to deport, you know, half the people, you know.
Yeah. But I don't know why I wanted to go straight away when I had work and all. I still went to New York when I was 25 and stayed there, you know.
Yeah.
Like
The world.
I tried to join the Merchant Navy at 16. I just wanted to travel, you know.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
So what's next for Dangerous Dave and the side effects? I see we're kind of running out of time. So
okay.
What's your plans?
next?
You're doing the gigs with Bad Manners, and you're releasing this
and then,
album. Do you know any time when you're going to be releasing it, or do you have any idea? Or
We're
hoping early
March. Yeah,
March.
kind of rough idea.
Yeah,
and we're hoping to
because February, January, it give us time, but also there's shit months really for traveling and you know. So
we'll get you back on for sure for that before you release that album. And are you playing any kind of? Are you playing any gigs to release it or anything like that? Is anything like that on the pipeline?
we will be. We're collaborating with another local band that are doing stuff, Panito Cats. So we're going to do some stuff local here. Killian's just had his babies. The baby's downstairs. Ash's daughter's pregnant. Well, hopefully Mike's girlfriend ain't pregnant. But basically, it's been an awful lot of personal stuff just had to be done in the last little couple of months. So, but the Bad Manners gig only came in the middle of all that as well. So, you know, this is our practice night now. Saturday we'll be practicing next Tuesday. Yeah. But we have played these shows and we're pretty good at playing them. So we don't have to overdo it.
I know what you mean. You're well experienced.
Yeah. So it's only a half-hour set now, so we play it twice and we're done in an hour, you know.
See, we're hoping as well for 2024 with the release of this new album that we're going to kind of concentrate on getting a few more gigs going and stuff this year because everything's been a bit slow for this year anyway. We've done a couple of gigs, but not many. So yeah, 2024. Just hoping to do a few, especially in the summer.
Yeah, and then we'll have both albums fully released then.
Yeah. I mean, we're ready to hit the road running, but we just have to.
24 looks like it's going to be a good year for Irish punk.
I think so. Yeah.
Like, the Frenzy of Tongs are coming over in February, and there's a few dates, you know, and there'll be things kicking off from around that stage. You know, once the January is over, as you said, then it's
exactly. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So as I say, we're just kind of tidying things up so that when hopefully we get busy, that we're actually I'm not working, I'll be honest, but people would leave jobs if we had a full schedule on, you know, and we'd all love to travel around and be.
Yeah, be careful. The gods curse you by granting you exactly what you want. And I've had like Stevie from The Exploited sending me things on Stevens' Day, you know, from what he sent him and about 150 gigs and make yourself available kind of crack, you know.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, lads, it's been great talking to you. I see I'm running out of time.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks a million for being on the show. And should we catch you soon before the next album is released? Yeah.
Talk to you next
Right.
time.
And remember, kids, don't do drugs.
So, lads.
Get so upset. I asked my mum what's wrong with me. She said you got fucking Tourette's, my boy. You got fucking Tourette's. Don't get upset, cause the only words don't fret. I got my gift from God. I got fucking tricks. I got fucking tricks. Go fuck yourself. I got fucking tricks. And if I met a genie and a wish he granted me, I'll give you all my gift for the day. See what's like me. See what's like me. See what's like me. Sam, keep your fucking tricks. We got fucking tricks. Go fuck yourself. I got fucking tricks. We got fucking tricks. Bollocks.